I wanna feel it. I need your love.
We're here today just to have a conversation about what I like to describe as joy, love, passion, and creativity.
Okay.
We are so thrilled to have you here. So I'm just going to ask some questions and go from there.
Okay.
Why don't we start with your name?
My name is Gunner Foxx.
So tell me about that. Gunner Foxx.
Yes, sir.
How did you get that name?
Well, my grandfather named me. He was in the service before becoming a hat maker himself. And so he gave me that name. My mom and my dad weren't really a big part of my life and really a big part of the picture. And so my grandmother and my grandfather kind of had, parental rights to kind of do as they wanted to with me, which was the best thing ever. So yeah, they gave me the name. My grandpa's name was Jack Fox, and so he named me Gunner Foxx after one of his buddies. As the story goes, there was a gunner in the military.
How did you come to learn about all this heritage and history of hat making?
I came to learn about the heritage and history of hat making. It's all through my grandfather and through my experiences kind of in, my life as a hat maker myself. He, did a lot of stuff for film, a lot of stuff for movies, but did it all out of his house. And his big thing was he had a sign that he had hand painted out in front of the house I grew up in. And it said, Jack's Hat Making and Washer and Dryer Repair. And for some reason, he loved washer and dryer repair, and I don't know why, but it was only Kenmore and Whirlpool. He would take them and fix them up and paint them. He almost got more excited about making, $100, $150 off that than he would, making a hat for Marlon Brando, which was crazy to me looking at it now, and I say that story and I think, how could you not realize, or how could you not care about these people that you're doing? Because when I was growing up, it was a bunch of old guys just hanging around. I thought, how did he not know, what was going on? Did he not know? But he did. He was in it for the friendship and for the craft. And then I kind of looked at my clientele and and it's the same way. I don't even realize that I'm running my business the same way, minus the washer and dryer repair. Although I could do a little bit of it if I needed to.
So who are you making hats for these days?
Man, I make hats for everybody these days. It's such an awesome world. You know what I mean? It's really everybody. I mean, what I like to do sometimes is I'll go walk outside in front of the shop and I'll see everybody walking up and down Sunset Boulevard. And everyone's walking, and Robert will come out, which is my business partner, a guy who runs the front end. He'll come out and be like, Gunner, what are you doing, man? And I'll go, I'm just look at all these people walking down Sunset. And he goes, yeah. I goes, what about it? I said, no one's got hats on. And he goes, okay. And I go, look at all that business. I said, just on a daily basis. Like, I'm never worried. Because at some point in time, everybody's going to need a hat. And I'm going to be the guy they're eventually going to get to.
Gunner, how has fatherhood impacted you as a person and as an artist?
Fatherhood changed my life. So me and Dolly have this special bond because who knows where I would have been without her, She made me a father, but also made me the man I am today. And she doesn't even realize it. She has no idea, And she maybe never will, maybe till she's a lot older, you know what I mean? But it's things like that about, like I said earlier, about it not being about one person or one thing.
How did it feel to hold her in your arms for the first time?
Oh, man. Indescribable. I can't put that into words. To have so much love for someone that you've never met, I mean, it's out of this world. It's like I'm lost of words. I can't even explain it. It's just so much happiness and love and just like almost like I'm this puzzle and there's these pieces that I didn't even know that weren't complete, and then they are. And then with my next daughter, then there was another piece, and it just every day life just gets better and things open up and my world's opened up and these walls have been, pushed away and broken down. I was so like narrow-sighted for so long, so narrow-sighted.
It seems to me that your grandparents gave you that foundation so you can find your way back, especially when you had the opportunity to become a father yourself. So that
Absolutely.
journey really ties in.
It does. Yeah. I mean, like we said in the beginning, they did lay that foundation. You know what I mean? They instilled those values. And I find it's weird because I find myself saying the same things to my kids my grandparents said to me. And I find my kids reacting the same way that I reacted. And I know what they're thinking. You know what I mean? I know what's going on in their head.
How has all this affected your work and your creativity? What you're doing now as opposed to before they were around?
What I've come to find is that hat making and this craft is like my foundation. It's my foundation of what I'm building. And that can be, you know, multi-levels and multi-stories and connected and here and there and everywhere. And I'm excited about it. Because before in my mind, if I'm being honest, it was, you know, oh yeah, grandpa taught me how to make hats and I make hats, but it's not about that. It's not anymore. You know, that's what I do. And you know, I am a hat maker and I will always be a hat maker. But it means so much more than that now. You know, it's so much deeper than that. Yeah, I love it.
There's no going back. God knows.